Hey guys, welcome. Welcome to the Rat's Nest. So, right now I am just playing around with a new setting here. So, bear with me for a second. Try to see if I can try to tweak some things here on my stream. All right, I definitely want that back there. Okay. Um, yeah, I'm trying to get a reactive avatar. I don't know if I like how it looks. It's got the it's got a green screen. I guess it's supposed to have a green screen, but it looks funky. I don't know. That's okay. I think for now I'm just gonna go with it. And if people happen to join, that's fine. I'm just gonna continue coloring um, more of my stickers here. And this is just me working on some dorky configuration things here. See if I can configure video. Um, It's not letting me zoom in at all, is it? No, it's not. Hmm. Let me try a couple little things here. No, it's not going to let me do that at all. Oh, all right, all right, all right. That's okay. You guys see more of a bird's eye view of my. We'll get this. We'll get there at some point. You guys see more of like a bird's eye view of my usual space. Usually, you guys just see a little tiny square represented um, by what my cell phone picks up. So it's okay. That's okay. And these are the pencils I was telling you guys about. They're called love lines. They are journaling pencils that apparently the journaling community loves them because they are smelly. You can get rid of them and they release some sort of essential oil fragrance thing. Interesting. So this was uh this was a complete wild card that I picked up at TJ Maxx last weekend. So that's what that is. And I'm just doing basically just some chill coloring tonight. I did not let anybody know that I was going live, so that's okay. This is more of a demo for yours truly since I have kind of a new setup right now. So I was able to get the ping tuber rat, which is exciting. So that's new. And this is actually also the first time I have ever used OBS Studio. Like, I know it's crazy, but it's the first time ever I've used OBS to try to stream. So, yep, newbie vibes over here. Newbie. So, working out the kinks as I go, but we'll see how we do. I'm just making sure I'm live. Yes, I am. Okay, good. Good, good. All right. I'm just going to go forth and I'm going to color some more stuff here. Trying to see if I can get. Yeah. Essential oils. Hooray. And in fact, I'm not even sure if it picked a category. I assume it did. I assume I'm under art right now. I don't even know. It's okay. I think it just defaults to whatever your last category was that you streamed to. So, given that I'm usually under the art category, that's normally where I stay. So this is my first maiden voyage with OBS. Yay! And I know, like, those of you guys who stream on OBS pretty frequently, um, I don't know how you do it, but I am highly impressed because you guys have some pretty interesting skins set up for your layout. And yeah, me, I just have a little upper left-hand corner reactive rat in a logo. But hey, you know what? You got to start somewhere, right? That's where we're starting. We'll go with the blue for the cake tray. My good old buddy Russell sent me these a few years ago, and I figured it was time to make cakes. Now that Halloween's over, we can, I don't know. I feel less pressured to make something that's like spooky or Halloween themed. So we'll just kind of go with whatever we find in the craft pile. Because I do have a big old pile of extra goodies on the side that if I don't know what to do for a project, I just grab something. So this is one of those types of projects. Hey, Ugly Cat Studio, how are you? Maiden voyage here with OBS. So pardon the wiggle, I'm just trying to get the camera situation situated, but yeah, good to see you. So I downloaded OBS a while ago and I was not sure what I was doing with it. So I was like, okay, I'll set it up, or I'll try to set it up, and then eventually I'll come back to it when I have more patience. And so here we are. I was streaming with my phone before, but the problem is that it's such a small little window with my mobile. Oh, yay! All right, Ugly Cat says, I'm good. I'm glad I get to see your stream. Let me know if the audio works for you and you can hear me. That's always important, right? Today I'm just doing lo-fi sticker coloring because I thought, why not? I'll pick something basic and what could go wrong, right? Absolutely nothing. I was trying to have some background tunes as well, so let me know if there's any, if you can hear the background music. I'm like, did I set OBS up right? Excuse me. I'm not sure. And I'm also, by the way, also trying to get rid of a chest cold, head cold type combo that I've had for like a week. Oh, yeah. So I'm just going to be coughing on and off mute strategically. Try not to cough on you guys. I think my kids are losing patience with me too. They're like, stop coughing. I'm like, I can't. Let's see how the mute button works here on this camera also. I'm testing out all the features tonight. Yeah, but I really like these colored pencils. Like, they're not Prismacolor because I'm more of an analog art person, but yeah, this is oh, perfect. Ugly Cat says they can hear my background music. That is awesome. So yeah, these are lifelines. I bought these at TJ Maxx, and they're for journaling, but they seem to blend well. I mean, I think Prismacolor does the best job at blending, but these are still pretty good. They do smell, but it's the outer wrapper of these. So I guess the idea is like if you're using these to journal and you're stressed out, you can kind of get a little aromatherapy boost. You rub this part of the pencil, and it's supposed to smell like this one smells like springtime brunch in the garden, and each one has a different fragrance. So I guess they have it infused with essential oils. Kind of cool. And honestly, for $9.99 US dollars for this whole pack of 20. This was a steal. I found it on in the clearance section there at TJ Maxx. And it's funny because I was at the San Francisco airport the week before, and they had an even smaller, they have art packs of it. So they had one that was supposed to be, I think it was a 6 pack, and there was one that was Matisse color palette, one was a Rembrandt color palette. They were pretty, but they were it was like a six, maybe 6 or 7 pencils for almost $17 in San Francisco airport. And I went, oh no, like that's too much. And then luck would have it, I just happened to spot this box of these guys on clearance. And I think the only thing that was wrong with it, one of the tips, because these all came pre-sharpened in the box. I think this one tip was like chipped or something. And I'm like, I can just resharpen it. It's fine. So someone else's trash, my treasure, as they say. So yeah, Ugly Cat Studios, you actually inspired me to start thinking about picking up an older version iPad. Maybe not the latest, but like maybe a few generations back, and just start playing with digital illustration. I'm more of an analog person, but I feel like it's something, if I keep at it, I could probably pick it up over time. It would be a new frontier for me from an art perspective. So let's just say I'm contemplating it. Oh my gosh, that's funny. Ugly Cat's like, I haven't used colored pencils in years. Oh my gosh. I think back and this was like 10 years ago when the iPads were first coming out, I did play with an iPad once, and I tried making, I don't think it was Procreate, but it was some other inexpensive, I think it was a free app actually that came with the iPad. And I used that to just play around with it. And it was really, really fun, as I remember. So I would 100% try it. And just drawing digitally, I remember it was very forgiving. Like if you messed up, you could just undo your lines. Where, if you're doing traditional art, you have to erase or paint over it or layer over it. Ah, okay. Procreate is the best. And that's what I'm hearing. Everyone's raving about that as an app. So, and I think it's something like in US dollars, I think it's like 15.99 on the App Store. So, I might have to consider that. Not actually, I shouldn't say might. I will be strongly considering that. Maybe that'll be my Christmas gift to myself this year. Yeah. They said it's super cheap for how good it is. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm like, it's a one-time purchase. It's worth it, I think. And who knows, maybe at some point I can make my own pink tubers for myself. That's the dream anyway. And I'm starting to learn how to use all the different sources for OBS. So I'm like, yay. This was a major. it probably doesn't seem like too much to those of you guys who do stream pretty frequently, but like for me personally, this was a huge unlock, figuring out that I'm like, hey, I can plug my camera in and I can stream for real. Yeah. Ugly Cat's like the struggle is real. Yes. For now, most of my projects on here are not terribly advanced yet. It was a lot easier when I was on Instagram because I had my own setup, and then um, I've had to switch over to this whole new format. So we're getting there, I think. Pleased with the progress so far. I will say that. And Ugly Cat, remind me, was it you're based in, was it Canada? Yeah. Ugly Cat's like, I'm going into it with baby steps. Yeah, I hear you there. Still don't understand Twitch at all. Oh, okay, perfect. Montreal. That's what I thought. I'm like, I could have sworn you were in Canada. Okay, perfect. I did catch that. Oh, good. Excellent. I haven't been to Montreal in years. It's been so long. Oh, okay. I'm assuming you're in the US given the TJ Maxx mention. Yes, yes, we are. Yep. We are in Florida. Mm. Yeah. TJ Maxx is one of the, it's weird. Like I never expected to find art supplies, like really decent art supplies in TJ's, but every once in a while I am pleasantly surprised. And then the other store here in the US that I love is Ross. I don't know if you guys have Ross up there in Canada, but yeah, that's an awesome, awesome store. Okay, Ugly Cat has been to Florida once for Disney World. Yay! Yeah, we're probably, how far are we from Disney? Maybe about an hour with traffic. So we're not too close. We're a little further out, but yeah, excellent. Cool. All right, I've got one more donut stacker to go here, guys. Gonna work on that one. Ugly Cat's like, you make me want to whip out all my art supplies. I miss good old analog art sometimes. It's weird because I've always been an analog artist, and so anything that I do that is remotely digital, even just doing this type of streaming where I have to set up all the sources and things, like feels weird, but um I think I would love to create. I just want to make like dorky emojis. That's all I want to do. Make dorky emojis and just goofy stuff. I like to draw rats. I do illustrate them from time to time. So yeah, I agree. Ugly Cats like streaming is super weird. I hear ya. So you're new here on Twitch as well, right? I remember you saying that you had just started fairly recently. So it is a bit of a learning curve for sure. I think Instagram it doesn't have the features that Twitch has. It's very simplistic, but then unfortunately Instagram decided to clamp down on its viewers and its streamers, and it said basically if your profile is you have to have a public profile with over 1,000 followers in order to be able to stream or go live on it anymore. Which I'm like, man, I've been going live for 5 years, and then suddenly they pulled the rug out. I was like, oh no, that's not cool at all. Yes, yes. And so I started, my backstory is that I started streaming with my buddy Russ Romano. He's also on Instagram, but we started streaming in 20 March of 2020 during COVID when everybody was at home and we were bored and there was nothing else to do. So we started streaming together, and then more people kind of trickled in within our little circle of art friends. And we just started this little group called the Art Throwdown. And then over the last several years, some of us have kind of broken off to just make little independent streams. I have mine, The Rat's Nest. My buddy Russell has the studio sessions. And so we all kind of, you know, some of us from the group still have, some people had enough followers. I did not. So I'm like, well, I only have like 500 followers on Instagram. So I'm like, I hate to say it's too much work, but I'm like, it's too much work. So at that point, I'm like, all right, let me explore some other platforms. And my husband's like, well, there's got to be some art people on Twitch. Like, it can't be just gamers. And I said, well, let me take a look. And so that's how I ended up here, very kind of accidentally. But so far, it's been great. And I also love that you can kind of, you can have the music going in the background on here and not get flagged. Like, Instagram is super strict about that. So they sometimes will just shut down your stream if they detect any kind of background music. So I'm like, it's good. I'm using Chill Hop. I gave them creds. But yeah, I think Instagram was very weird about that. So very strict. It was just a very different vibe. Oh, see, that is okay. So then, do you guys, Ugly Cat, do you guys have did you meet the 1,000 follower requirement on Instagram? I'm so curious. I'm like, is there a workaround? Okay, so you stream on Twitch and YouTube and Instagram simultaneously. Okay. Hmm. That is not a bad idea. If I can figure out how to get that to work. Huh. I do save my videos to YouTube, but I don't live stream typically from YouTube. So maybe that's another frontier for me. Oh, okay. I think that's why you guys had more than 1,000 followers when you started streaming. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Interesting. Oh, Restream. Okay, you use Restream. I'm gonna write this down. See, I'm loving it. Everybody's dropping all this wisdom in here in the chat. Um, you use Restream to stream on all platforms. Okay. Okay, excellent. Thank you for that. Okay, so OBS connects to Restream, and then Restream sends it to Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch. I do need a plugin for the vertical streaming. Oh, okay, of Instagram. That makes sense. That makes sense. Hmm. I like it. I like it. And then, okay, dorky question. Does it consolidate all of the chat? So like if you get chat from Instagram and Twitch and YouTube, like does it show you where the chat is coming from? It was a weekend headache to set it up. Oh, I'll bet. Okay. So YouTube and Twitch, you can see the comments that people are dropping in the live stream. Yes, but not Instagram. Yep, I agree. Instagram does suck from that perspective. So they want, okay. See, they want you in their platform. They're very grabby. They're like, you cannot leave. I see. Actually, where's my blue? Here we go. There's my blue. And I swear to you guys, I'm not even just coloring these for the sake of coloring. I'm actually going to be using these. So, for those of you that don't know, I do a lot of collage. And sometimes I do just random assortments of ephemera. Sometimes I do a theme. So, this would be a perfect birthday theme pieces for a collage there. So, it's probably what I would end up doing with it. All right, so that is piece number one. I think I'm going to pivot over to some collage, guys. So I'll show you. I've got so much paper, stickers. I have all sorts of stuff to use for that. So, okay. I'm going to leave this here for a second while I get my other supplies. All right, so that is stickering page done. I'm just going to take these lifelines and tuck these off camera here. But yeah, I thought these were pretty cool. Are they Prismacolors? No, but they're pretty good. These remain my favorites, the Prismacolor. I've got the 36 pack. This was my daughter's birthday present, and I ended up taking them. And I use them. I think I use them more than she does, but we share. We share. All right, so enter collage supplies. Got some Uhu glue sticks. Got a piece of cardstock here. This was from Hobby Lobby. I think this one came, this was from their clearance section. For some reason, the Hobby Lobby in Central Florida, they have some pretty good clearance. And this was in one of the big packs of cardstock. So I don't know if you can see under the light here, but it's got some texture to it. And then this side is completely just smooth. Ugly Cat says I got a huge box of Prismacolors when I was a teenager. Oh, that's awesome. And still has them to this day. They're such a good pencil. I really like them. And it's funny now, random people in my family will just send me some other box of pencils and go, hey, I bet you could use this with your collage. What do you think? So I get them sometimes. They're just like, hey, can you test these out? See if you like them. I'm like, okay, sure. So I don't know. I have like an unofficial art supply subscription. My family's always sending me stuff. Speaking of stuff, these are all my paper scraps. These are my little paper scraps that I use for collage. So, um, I am not a fancy crafter. I got this little plastic box, I think at Dollar Tree a few years ago, but they're perfect for these little pieces. So yeah, that's what we got here. I have stickers, I have some used stamps in here. I have paper punch cuts, all sorts of random things. Yeah, so I just layer it on there and then we go from there. Oh yes. These are okay, my buddy Russ got me these over the summer because a bunch of us met up. What is this? Magyar Post. I don't even know. Try and give you a close up. I'm not even sure what country this is from, but my buddy gave me, he had a grab bag of all of these international stamps. And so I'm like, this is so, oh wait, it's too dark. Sorry. Gotta get some light on it. Um, yeah, yeah, that's what I thought. Vintage, I mean, it's got the little star, vintage Soviet art, very likely. So he has this, I swear, my buddy Russ lives in a craft studio. He's got a two-bedroom apartment in New York City area, and it's hilarious because I'm like, "Do you just live in there with all the crafts?" He's like, "Yes, yes, I do." And I'm like, "That's wonderful." But one of the bedrooms that he has is all of his art supplies. So yeah. So from here, I just kind of I I glue them with my Uhu glue stick, and I glue them and I slap them on. Very basic for collage. Ugly Pet's like one day I will have space for a messy art studio. Yes. It's funny too because I feel like most of us who have stashes of supplies, like we don't intend to have a lot, but then either people will send us stuff or I don't know, because the holidays will roll around and somebody will go, "Hey, would you like another pack of colored pencils?" I'm like, "Well, actually, I have plenty, but if you really want to send them to me, I'll take them, I guess." But either that or I'll see something on clearance at Hobby Lobby or Michael's or even Ross. I was so shocked. Usually around back to school time, which here in Central Florida is usually around July, they start to put the back to school stuff out. Yes, really, because school here starts in August in Central Florida. Yeah, Ugly Cat's like, wow, I'm certainly not getting rid of it. So it piles up. Yes, it does. There are some stores here in Florida and in other states in the US where um, there's a place in Florida. It's not near me, but it's a bit of a drive, a couple hours anyway. But it's called Bottom of the Bin, and they accept used art supplies. And it's paper things, it's stamps, it's die cuts, it's fabric, it's oh my gosh, markers, pencils, paint, you name it. And you just take all of your stuff and you bring it in and they separate out the things that they want to keep and then you get a store credit towards future purchases. So I'm like, that's so fun. So it is on my list of places that I eventually want to hit up here in Central Florida. Oh, yes. Because to me, I guess I'd rather just buy upcycled supplies than buying everything new from like a Michaels. And I don't know if Canada had Joann's, but we had Joann Fabrics, and it was also really good for crafts. But they went bankrupt. I was so sad. Now Joann's is no more. They closed all of their stores. I was like, well, that's unfortunate. But Ross, the clothing store, um, Onyx did, but they do tend to have some pretty good stuff. What is this? Oh my God, a receipt. The Dalai Lama. I think I might put him on here. It's that weird receipt paper. I really shouldn't be handling that, but with my bare hands. But yeah. Ah, okay. Ugly Cat says, I don't think we had Joanne's, or at least not in Quebec. Ah, okay. Okay. Oh, flamingo. I think this came from an envelope from my buddy Jennifer. I guarantee it, because she sends me everything flamingo. Very likely. I do have a little bit of a camera wiggle, which I've got to figure out next time, but baby steps, you know. Oh, okay, but Quebec often doesn't get what the rest of Canada gets due to it being French. Oh, okay. But I remember, don't you guys have a, was it Dollarama? Were you the one I was talking to about that? When I went to Toronto a few years back, they had Dollarama and it was the coolest store. I was like, oh my goodness, Canadian Dollar Tree? Yes, please, sign me up. Yes. Okay, Dollarama is everywhere in Canada. Yes. That's cool. I had fun in there. I was running around. I wasn't even looking for anything specific. I was just kind of, I was on an adventure when I went in there. It was lovely. I had a great time. I bought some books. I might have bought some art supplies or some little toys or something. Heck, I don't even remember. I just remember it was awesome. It was great. And here in the US, we had Halloween last night. That was lots of fun. We were out until almost 9 o'clock last night. It was great. Oh, okay. Ugly Cat gets wrapping supplies there, like pine cones and fake branches and things like that. Awesome. I also remember Toronto had, in the section I was staying in, they had a lot of cute little vintage clothing stores, and I found t-shirts from the 80s. I'm like, oh, this is amazing. I went a little nuts in there. Halloween was great. It was actually, this sounds crazy, but it was cold here last night. It went down to, let's see, in Fahrenheit, I don't know what it is in Celsius, but it went down to like 49 degrees Fahrenheit here, which for Florida is pretty chilly. I'm not sure if it was Kensington Market. I would have to look on a map, maybe. I remember I found, of all things, I found a crawfish restaurant because I was really dying for crawfish. And I wanted a seafood boil one night. And so I found that. And the great thing about Toronto is there really is no shortage of great restaurants. So you can find pretty much anything. And then I think from there I went down the street to go get bubble tea because, of course, of course, right? But yeah, I loved how much, just how much variety they had there. Where is my, hold on. Oh, I want to make sure I don't lose my rocket. I'm going to save this over here. Find a spot for these rockets. Maybe over here. Oh, Ugly Cat's mother-in-law is in the Toronto area. Oh, okay, so they go often enough. It is pretty fun. Awesome. It's crazy. I haven't been back there. It's been a few years. I think it was either 2018 or 2019 was the last time I was there. And it was so fun. I really enjoyed it. I had a customer who was up there, and I would go up, fly up, and visit. It was awesome. One second, guys. I'm going to trim off the edges here on this postcard. Just makes it easier for me to see what I'm working with. Right, so you're not seeing this, but I am cutting the edges that are overlapping, the ones that kind of hang off. I'm going to just cut these straight, give it a crisp edge, get rid of all the excess. Okay, I think that's a little bit flatter. There. I'm running low on this Woohoo glue stick, so eventually I've got to replace it. This is one thing though, the Uhu glue, I buy it, usually I buy it in a 6-pack off Amazon. I always make sure I'm stocked up there. Is it not even 9 o'clock? You guys go to bed? Early. Hmm. I think they're tired from Halloween. Everybody stayed up a little late last night, but it was fun. Oh my God, I agree. Ugly Cat's like, as a middle-aged lady, going to bed before 9 is the best thing. It's weird. Like the older I get, I too am middle-aged. I try to get up early most mornings because I like to go running and stuff. So, um, and I'm especially excited because I get an extra hour of sleep, and the sun now rises about an hour earlier here in Florida. So I'm like, yay! Yes, yes. Yeah, I'm like, it sounds strange, but I find that very exciting. Yeah, Ugly Cat gets up early too, loves it. Me too. I didn't used to be an early morning person. I used to like, if you ever woke me in my 30s, let's say, if you woke me up before 7, I would flip out. Now I'm like, oh no, it's 7. I'm like, I'm late. I need to get up. Love me some sunrise, that's for sure. Oh my God, this is hilarious. My friend Tim bought me, I don't know if you can see it that well. He got me these frogs. It was a frog stamper, and it's like a frog showing its butt. Let me see if I can put it here so you can see it. I don't know how well that is showing up, but anyway, trust me, it's a frog showing its butt. I think it's hilarious. Yeah, that's the other thing. People find my friends are so generous. They'll find something and they'll be like, "Hey, I was in a gift shop or I was in an art store and I just happened to find this thing and I thought you would love it." I'm like, "Yay!" So that's also how I get a lot of my art supplies. Ooh, a scrap of paper. What are these? Oh, yes, yes, yes. Yes, good friends are the best. It's funny because I never when I met these my art friends here, well, there on Instagram back in 2020, never in my wildest dreams would I have imagined that I would meet them in person someday. And that's actually what we ended up doing over the summer. We all met up in Chicago, and it was so fun. And there were, oh gosh, easily a dozen of us that showed up. I think there might have been more. We had a few friends who are local to Chicago. We had a couple of friends who live in Kansas City, let's see, Kansas City, Missouri, and I forget what city in Kansas, but they were somewhat nearby, so they just drove up. And the rest of us all flew in. So it was so fun. Yeah, never, ever, ever thought that I would be meeting up with those guys in person. So that was it was definitely a trip for the record books. I will never forget it. And I hope we do it again because it was awesome. I have a suspicion. I think we will. I think so. Yeah, I guess instead of calling it a reunion, because technically we had never met in person, we just called it the Chicago Meetup for the Art Throwdown crew. It was fun. It was very fun. That's the thing about the reunions too. It's like you kind of, I feel like once you break the seal on it, people are going to continue meeting back up every year. I have a suspicion. And we chose Chicago because it was a central place for most of us. And so, yeah, I did have my one buddy up in Canada. She was not able to, from Nova Scotia, who was not able to come down because that was a point back in August when they were starting to get all those fires. And there were a few fires near her home, and she had to evacuate. It was awful. But luckily, her property was fine. But it was just, it's one of those things. She was like, really scary, and I can't travel because we're literally getting evacuated. And I was like, oh no. Yeah, very tough times there. Thankfully, her property was fine, but I think some people up there did get some damage over the summer. Put some of these scraps back in. What's this one? Ooh, stream cleanup. Let's do it. like the other side of this better. Nature fun. Hold on. I'm changing my mind. This came out of a patch catalog from Scouts a few years back when both my kids were doing Scouts. Let me fix this. That's all right. The glue on the other side of it will just dry. Nature fun. Cool. Ah, okay. Ugly Cat's sister lives up in Nova Scotia and said, thankfully, her home was fine too. Well, that's great. The square. What is the square dark pink in the middle of the pile? This one? Yes. Oh. These are the cats of the different decades. Look, who is she? Isn't she gorgeous? So this is the 1930s cat. I think I have, this was from a calendar from, I think it was from my friend who works at Paper Source in New York City sent this to me. This was the back of the calendar, which shows a preview of all of the big pages. So there was this one. Let me see if I have some others in the pile. I might have used a couple. I think I used the 90s one. I know there's more hiding. Let me see. No, they're in here. I know I didn't use them all. I'm like, it's impossible. There's so many of them. These are cute. Oh, found a sticker. I'm going to use that. And a tiny stamp. I'm going to use that. Let me sift through my tiny papers. See if there's something in here. No, I have more. It's going to drive me crazy. I'm sure I didn't use them all. There was a 1950s gal. She looked like a housewife cat, like the way she was dressed. Um, there was a 1980s one. I used the 1990s one the other day on another project. I know that much. Ah, I'm shocked. I didn't realize maybe I did use them. Okay, sorry. So yeah, the 1930s cat is the only one I think I have left in the pile. Shocker. Yeah, like she is so sassy. I have to use her on a project one of these days. Yes, and she likes the colors too. The colors are gorgeous on her too. Yep. That entire calendar is just adorable. They had a 2000s cat. They had the yeah, I mean just every era was just whoever designed that calendar, it was perfect. Very clever. There. Let's see what else I have in here. I might have to go get my collection of little stickers. So I'm using up some of my bigger scraps already. Yeah, usually I go macro to micro when I make these collages, and so um, I will keep her out because she's just awesome. The rest of these I'm going to start to put back in my scrap box. Yeah, these things came from, these are the stamps my friend gave me over the summer. A lot of vintage and a lot of international stamps. Some of these came off of mail, some of them came from catalogs, some of it comes from packaging. Some people just send me stickers. Let's see, this was from a raffle. The orange one. Oh yeah, the orange one with the flowers on it. Oh shoot, I think I just put that one back. Yeah, my friend sent me that one. What else? I think she also sent me these. I think these all came from the same store in New York City. So, oh yeah, the one I held up and then I put it back. Sorry. I think I shoved it in here someplace. Oh, I found it. This guy. The gal with the flowers. Yes. Mm-hmm. That is from my buddy Jennifer in New York. She goes to a lot of art museums and I don't know. She's just naturally lucky. She'll just walk into a place and they'll be handing out stickers or something, and then she sends them to other people like me. I'm like, yeah, yes. She's very generous. Some of these are from my illustrations and my zines. Oops, this one has a sticker stuck on it. But sometimes I'll do a misprint and I'll keep some of these. That was from a zine that I made. This was from a raffle. Let's see. Yeah, all sorts of little odds and ends in here. My favorite source is packaging. Um, it's always really colorful, especially on toys. It's always really colorful, and it makes for really good collage items. Some of these are just really small scraps, and I'll just slap them on wherever. Thank you. Thank you very much. I swear I don't normally sound like this, but I have been super under the weather for maybe the last 2 weeks. Strange. Like I had like I had 1 week where I had the bubble guts, and I don't know why, but I kept feeling like I was gonna throw up. I didn't, but that was rough because I was traveling that week. And then this week, I started with like head and chest congestion, and it is finally starting to go away. I was so thankful. I was like, yes. But yeah, it's been touch and go over here for some reason. I always get something whenever the seasons change here in Central Florida. It seems like. Oops, I did not want to stick that there. No. Okay. They do tend to be forgiving, some of these stickers. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's going away. Slowly, but it is going away, thankfully. One of my coworkers, it's funny, I saw her 2 weeks ago and she seemed totally fine. And then we all traveled back home. And then the next day, she was out of office. And I'm like, oh, well, maybe she was just tired from traveling. Turns out she had pneumonia. I'm like, oh my God, I had no idea. Like, she wasn't coughing, wheezing. Like, she seemed absolutely fine. So I think it might have hit her pretty quickly. But there's so much stuff going around right now. It does seem like that. These stamps I'm obsessed with. I bought these in the 90s from a little toy shop. They were a wooden peg stamp. I still have it to this day. And I don't know, I've always been obsessed with monkeys. Monkeys, apes, like I don't know. It was like that one animal that I would always get if it was on stationery or stickers, I would always buy it. That was like my monkey obsession. Other cat likes them too. See, obviously I like rats, but monkeys were the OG for me. Monkeys and apes. Oh, see, here's another one. This one I don't know. This is another one of those cats, but like this cat just looks so dapper with a little kerchief on. I love this. I might use this actually. I'm gonna do a quick fussy cut around his feet. I'm gonna slap him on. Oh, he's adorable. But the paper that these are on, it's you can see it's pretty thick. It's really high quality paper, and I want to say it was from a paper source calendar, and I think it was made in Italy. The paper quality is amazing. Yeah, I think yeah he's going on here. I love this cat. This looks like one of the cats that my friend Judy has. She has like these gray tiger tabbies, and they're so sassy. I love hearing her stories about them. All right, looks like he's peeking out from behind the flowers. Oh, I found the other one. Okay, this was the. I think I cut the year off, but this was the. I think this was supposed to be the 2000s cat. Once in Japan, a monkey stole a water bottle from Ugly Cat's hands, and it was the highlight of the trip. You know, I I went to Gibraltar once when I lived in Spain for like a year back in college. Oh wait, here's another cat. See? Oh my gosh. I think this is a turn of the century Victorian cat. Um, yeah, so I was in Spain for college for like a year, and it was fun. And I remember over the holidays, I took a trip to a bunch of different places, and I headed to the south of Spain. And I took a bus trip that went to. Oh, that's your favorite? Yeah, it is cute. I like the green background too. But we took a trip to Gibraltar, and they have the Barbary apes there. And there was a woman in our tour group who was wearing a thick fur coat, and I think the ape thought that she was one of them, and it was sitting on a stone wall near us, near our tour group. It jumps off the wall and it jumped onto her back, and the tour guide was just telling the woman like, do not move, like don't move a muscle, wait until the ape gets down, eventually it'll lose interest. But like apparently they get very aggressive, and they'll take things from people. Oh yeah. And I had heard that here in Central Florida, there's a place, it's a little ways away from where we live, but it's called Silver Spring. And someone was showing videos on Instagram actually of these monkeys that were jumping into the water. So, as the story goes, the during the filming of one of the old Tarzan movies, like I want to say from the 1950s maybe, they had all of these monkeys brought in from a zoo or someplace, some collection. And after the filming of this movie, they just left the monkeys there. And a few generations later, they are still in Silver Spring. And in the video, it showed a woman who was, I think, in a kayak, And suddenly, all these monkeys that were up in a tree just jumped into the water all at once. And there had to have been like a couple dozen of them. And they were swimming and splashing. And I'm like, oh my God, that's so freaky. I don't know what I would do. But I mean, they were smaller monkeys, but they're still wild animals. Like, you just never know. So that's on my bucket list. I want to go see the monkeys. I'm gonna take the long drive up to Silver Spring sometime and see them. There are, I guess if you go deeper into the woods, there are some here. There are some monkeys in the woods in Central Florida, but I have never seen them. And so I think you'd have a much better shot seeing them up at Silver Spring. So most of the most of the monkeys live up there. At least the ones that are in this part of Florida. I think if you go further south, where it's warmer, you'll probably get more of them. That and those giant iguanas. No chance, no chance of seeing one in the wild in Canada. Yeah, for sure. Although I think in Mississippi here in the U.S., I read recently I think it was from an animal research facility. They were in a truck and they were transporting them or something, and then the truck stopped on the side of the road and the monkeys got out and they had been like infected with different things because they're part of the research facility. I don't know. But yeah. Yeah, I'm like the news is wild here. I'm like, I don't even know anymore. The stories are crazy. And they're like, and these monkeys have been infected with HIV and COVID and blah 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 blah. And like chlamydia, I don't even know. Herpes. I don't know, I'm making it up now. But the monkeys were infected with several different things and then they broke out of this truck. And I guess as of a few days ago they captured all but one of them, supposedly. Other cat's like, wow, monkeys on my balcony. That would be awesome. Oh, they're going to a big Asia trip in January. Oh my gosh. All right, I missed a chat there. I'm looking forward to seeing monkeys. That's so cool. Oh wait, why did the moderator delete a message? That was Nightbot, just so you know, that was not me. Piece of cake. Stop spamming caps. What? Run free, monkeys. Yeah, I'm gonna have to double check on let me see what the message was. I think Nightbot. Oh, run free, monkeys. There was nothing wrong with that message. Wait, stop. Stop, Nightbot. Okay, if you say it in all caps, I guess Nightbot gets sensitive. Oh, okay, it was the all caps. I'm gonna have to go back into Nightbot and adjust that. I'm like, nope, nope, nope. That's silly. No worries. I'm still getting used to all these bells and whistles and different gadgets. Oh, Nightbot. I will say Nightbot is really good for the text commands. It's pretty fun. And then I had to adjust it too, because at one point I'm like, you have to watch me for 10 minutes before you can comment. And then like nobody came in and commented. And I'm like, okay, well, it's all good. If somebody spams, that's what I have Nightbot for, right? Yeah, it was one of those things I turned it on going, hey, what does this do? And I'm like, oh, nope, never mind. Never mind. Oh, that's funny. Okay, Ugly Cat says I haven't gotten into the text comments yet. If you go to my profile, the About Me section, and you scroll down, there is oh, thank you. My collage is looking good. Thank you. There is a section in let's see. in my profile, in the about section, sorry, I'm multitasking, that shows you the different text commands I have programmed on Nightbot. So you could do an exclamation point. There you go. What's your favorite cheese? It asks you that. Um, it does dad jokes. It does you can ask the Magic 8 Ball a question. So I've gotten some different ones programmed in there. Or I shouldn't say programmed, that's so strong a word, like configured, I guess. All right, so I'm done with this box of scraps, and I'm gonna go bring out all my stickers. You guys know that was coming next. All the stickers. I have a lot of stickers here. Actually, do this. This is coming along. I usually tend to add more of my tiny little stickers to it before I cap it off. Oh, here you go, a dad joke. How many tickles does it take to tickle an octopus? 10 tickles. Get it? There's a dad joke for you. I've got these over 600 Lisa Frank stickers. Yes, yes, yes. I always put a Lisa Frank sticker, at least one, for good luck. I don't know. There's like a bear with a rainbow. We can do something like that. Sure. I like the Lisa Franks though because you can really, there's a lot of tiny, tiny, tiny stickers that you can slap on here. So it's worth it. They're perfect for that. You see where my music went. Oh, there it is. Made me wonder there for a second. And some of these are ones that my kids had. Like someone gave them over 200 under the sea mermaid stickers. And after a while, my kids are like, these are babyish. We don't want them. I'm like, that's cool. I'll put them on mine. You got dolphins, you got blowfish, starfish, anchors, turtles. Like, what's not to love here? Octopus. Let me see if I can feel him out. Yes. Ooh, beach ball. Yeah, see, like, these are fun. Now, see, guys, I couldn't have done this with my old setup. Now you guys get to see full pages of stickers and things. Lucky you, huh? Lucky you. Oh, we got little square ones. All right, Ugly Cat's gotta jump. It was fun to hang out. Thank you so much for hanging. Yeah, stickers are very fun. Thank you so much for jumping in. Great to see you again. All right. Look for some more stickers, you guys. There's a tiny fish. Let's see. There's got to be a space up here for him. Perfect. You two have a great night. Just trim the edges off here. Give me 1 second with this. All right. Okay, now I have some teensy ones I can put in. Oh, we got a little guy with a little piece of pizza. Sure. I'm sure there's space for him. These actually smell like oregano. These are one of the few scratch and sniff stickers that the Dollar Tree sells that is actually not half bad. Not bad. And we'll put them on there. There's a little olive that it comes with too. Put that over tend to make my collages look pretty busy. Maximalist, right? We go maximalist with these. Then I have these guys. I love these. They're so glittery and fun. It's like a little glittery strawberry cupcake. I like it. This, oh man, I love these. Does anybody collect the stickers from Everything Smells? These are banana scented. They really do smell like banana. They're fantastic. Everything Smells is one of the best sticker websites out there. I'm in no way affiliated with them, but I just love their stuff. Oh, these are teensy. These are perfect. Perfect for this. Oops. There. Got a police car. Let's throw that there. And like a cop car or something. Start yet. I'll do that. Make sure I don't have any extra things hanging off the edge. I think I got them all. All right, perfect. We got like trolls. I'm still trying to use this darn troll sticker. Might have space for it. Let me see. It'll work. Good enough. Good enough. And oh man, I love these. All right, these are these Sandy Lion? Hold on. Or are they Mrs. Grossman's? What are they? Like, what are you? Hambly Studios, Santa Clara, California, acid-free stickers. These are vintage, you guys. I think these are gorgeous. Look how shimmery these glitter ones are. Love it. All right, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna use those on another project, but I do have these glittery stars. I think my buddy Tim sent me these. This was part of one of his hauls of like, he'll just be like, hey, I was thinking of you and I found these cool stickers and I'm going to send them to you. I've been holding on to these. I'm like, all right, cool. Yep, very generous. We've got, oh, a glitter heart. Sure. I like to put a little shimmer on my projects. Ooh, DNA. I think I got this at a conference, some scientific conference I went to a while back. Fun. I also have, oh yeah, these definitely are from Tim. Stars, smiling stars of all things. Do this blue guy here. I swear, Tim has the best luck when he goes to thrift shops. He'll save up a pile of them and be like, hey, I've been meaning to send you these stickers. Here you go. I'm like, oh my God, thank you. True story. That's how I get the stickers. All right. Well, I think, guys, let's see, how does this measure? It's just above 4 inches. Okay, perfect. So I can easily fit it in one of my little postcard sleeves. It's about 5.5 by what? 4.25. All right, perfect. Good size for my postcard sleeves. All right, guys. Well, that's what I had for you as far as projects go. Thank you so much for hanging in there with me while I started to play with my new OBS setup. Yay! I figured it out. Now we can keep iterating on it and making it more awesome. So excited. In the meantime, guys, I hope everyone out there has a fantastic evening. Let me see if we can raid someone else's art chat. Let me see who is on. I'm sure I can find some peeps here. What is this doing? Disaster Crafter. Oh, Disaster Crafter is awesome. All right. That's what I'm going to do. Okay. So. Let me get back to my chat here real quick. Let's see if it'll let me do that. Raid. Let's see if it'll let me do that. Raid has been created. All right, you guys, you are heading over to Disaster Crafter. Disaster Crafter is awesome, by the way. I know a lot of the gamers do raids, but you know what? The art people should do that too. I think it should be sending you guys over in like 10 seconds. Let's see if that works. Oh, I see. Sends it. Okay. Can you tell I'm a newbie? Sends viewers to another channel when my stream ends. Okay, cool. So you guys are all going to be heading over to Disaster Crafter. Enjoy. That is another amazing stream. So in the meantime, here's my collage, my final product. I think that's all I got, guys. So I'm going to end this, and you guys are going to be transported magically over there. Hope everyone has a great evening. Have a great weekend. And go.